Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for watching this video tutorial. My name is Kakar and I'm doing this video tutorial based on a micro teaching project assigned by Sir Shahnamaz at the Namal University Karachi campus in pursuit of my MA-ELT degree. I am a student in 4th semester right now and I'm doing this project. Okay. So let's now find out what is in this project. Well, this project or this video tutorial is based on vocabulary teaching and learning. So teachers can also find this video tutorial helpful, and especially this video tutorial is for students of English as a self-learning guide. So if students of English language want to improve their lexical resources, their vocabulary, they can do it in 3 different manners. There is a contextual approach to teaching and learning vocabulary. I will explain in this video tutorial that what this contextual approach to teaching or learning vocabulary referred to, and we will also talk about part-whole relations, and finally we will talk about commonly associated vocabulary and then a small K. Alright, so you must have seen some pictures around here, and dear students, if you see these pictures, right, and I tell you that kindly associate these pictures with some idioms that we commonly use for people. So what idioms come to your mind? You must be doing listening, and you must be talking to your advanced learners, friends, and you must be talking to your teachers as well. So sometimes they must have used many different idioms in front of you people. Now, by looking at these pictures, can you come up with some idioms? Like, for instance, this one, the first picture. In this picture, there is a person who is lying in his couch. So, couch, some idiom related like this. Can you remember? Oh yeah, I can remember one, and that is couch potato. You must have heard people saying that your friend Mr. This is a couch potato. He doesn't do anything, right? So now see, this picture is actually reminding us of that idiom that we can use for people. So it is contextual clue. It is a contextual clue. These pictures are all contextual clues. Then this next picture, when you look at this picture, what comes to your mind? There is a bird and a timer. So what comes to your mind? One word that comes to my mind, or one idiom that comes to my mind, is related to bird. Do you know what is that? Early bird. Yeah, early bird. Early bird is a person who rises up earlier in the morning, right? Like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or something like this. Alright. So now see, this picture actually gave me a clue of recalling that idiom that we can use for people. And then look at this one, the child. There is a boy, there is a small boy, and he's crying. Is this a cry boy? Yeah, this is a cry boy. Boy who keeps crying. And then look at this sheep. See, this is sheep and its color is black. So the whole thing is now what? Black sheep. Oh yeah, this is an idiom. Black sheep is a person who is not friendly and who is not actually your friend. He is with you, but he is not your friend, right? And then look at this one, the one who is riding a bike. Don't you think this feeling is actually taking some kind of risk? Okay, so this picture is reminding us of some kind of risky person, person who takes risk. So now what do we call a person who takes risks? Maybe someone like daredevil, right? And then look at this picture. This is a heart, and the color of this heart is what? Gold, right? So can you remember some idiom that is like heart and gold? Oh yeah, a generous person. A generous person in idiomatic language is known as the person having a heart of gold. For instance, we say Mr. Heather is a very excellent person. He has a heart of gold. He is a generous person. He has a heart of gold. Oh, sorry. He has a heart of gold. Yeah, so heart of gold is a person who is generous. And then look at this lady. See, I think there is some problem with her neck. So can you remember some of the idiom that is related to neck? I think pain in the neck. pain in the neck. So see, all these pictures are actually used as contextual clues, and then using these contextual clues, what you people can do is you can come up with some idiom, right? So this is one way of learning idioms. Now let's find out, let's do an activity in this manner. Let's see whether or not these idioms have the similar manner, the similar meaning that we discussed right now, or let's figure out how can we construct sentences. Now contextual vocabulary we can learn in two different manners. One is a picture, the picture form, and the other one is sentence form. If a sentence is written somewhere, we can also find out the context from that sentence. Now see, look at this one, the first sentence. The first sentence what is related to the same couch potato. It is what? John is a couch potato. Do not disturb, he's resting. Right? So right now Mr. John is what? He's resting, and he's a couch potato. Now see, this sentence also tells us that a couch potato keeps resting or keeps sitting in his couch, and the picture is also telling us the same thing. So picture is also giving us a clue, a contextual clue, and the sentence is also giving us a contextual clue. Now look at this sentence number 5. See, this sentence number 5 is doing what? It is telling us about the cry boy. See, what a cry boy your brother is. He cries for no reason at all. Right? Now see, this sentence is actually telling us. Now see, he cries for no reason at all. This is giving us a contextual clue. This sentence is giving us a contextual clue that a person who keeps crying, or a baby who keeps crying is what? Is a baby, is a cry boy. Okay, now look at number second. Number second is what? I am an early bird. I love to get up early in the morning. Yes, see, I love to get up early in the morning. So this early in the morning is giving us this contextual clue that early bird means a person who wakes up early in the morning, right? And similarly, now look at this sentence number 3. Sentence 3 is telling us what? Bill is a fair weather friend. Just ask for help and he's gone, right? So this last part of the sentence is telling us that what does fair weather friend mean? This means that a person who is a mean kind of person, who is not friendly and who is not sincere, right? You just ask him for help and then he goes on. So what we learned today, pictures can tell you, can remind you of some vocabulary. In this manner, the people idioms, and then sentences can also give you a contextual clue. Now, if you would like to learn their correct meaning as per the dictionary, then you can use a dictionary. You can use a dictionary and find out their meaning. Like, take the example of this fair weather friend. Now see, fair weather friend. Who is fair weather friend? Someone who is a good friend when everything is fine. Say, only when everything is fine, then the person is your good friend. And if you ask him for help, then the person is no more your friend, right? And then look at this one, dear devil, number 4, dear devil. See, this person has courage. Dear means what? Dear means himmat karna, right? Like courage, having courage, right? So dear devil, someone who takes unnecessary risks, right? So this is now correct meaning of this idiom. So sentence, so through a sentence, contextual clue we got, and we also got a contextual clue with the help of this picture. So the picture and sentences, both of them are giving us contextual clues. And look at this one, the lady, pain in the neck. See, pain in the neck is what? Someone who is really annoying and causes you a lot of aggravation, right? So the person who keeps on causing you problems and who keeps on creating trouble, that person is a pain in the neck, right? So here the picture and that sentence that we discussed earlier, these sentences. Now see, that Mary is a real pain in the neck. I wish she hadn't come with us. Now see, I wish she hadn't come with us. This is giving you a contextual clue that the person is a troublemaking person, right? He is a troublemaker. So these sentences are giving us contextual clues, and the picture itself is also giving us a contextual clue. Then you can you can confirm their meanings through a dictionary, through good learning dictionary. As I use this Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English, you can also take one like this. Okay, so then once you learn these vocabulary, then you can do activities like this. You can do these kind of activities like true false activities in order to learn the meaning of these words or idioms. Like for example, you take the example of this daredevils. Who are daredevils? Who take unnecessary risks. We just read it, but here the sentence says, well, daredevils are terrified of everything. Now see, terrified is a person who is coward, a person who is scared, but daredevils are never scared, right? So this means that this sentence is incorrect. This sentence is incorrect. So this is not true, this is false. Now the false is there, right? And then a fair weather friend. A fair weather friend. A fair weather friend is a good friend? Oh, really? A good friend? No. He's never a good friend, right? A fair weather friend is never a good friend, right? So you should now remove this as well, because this sentence is also incorrect. This is not true. Yeah, this is not true. Are you getting it? So this is false sentence. This is an activity that can help you remember the vocabulary. And similarly, then here we have this activity: highlight the correct person. Now say, someone who causes you a lot of problems. Who is that person? Scared? No. Pain in the neck? Yeah. Say pain in the neck. The person who causes you a lot of problems is what? Is pain in the neck. And then the person, then number two, sentence number two says what? The person you would like to take to a party. Oh my god, the person you would like to take to a party. A cold fish? No. Early bird? No. Battle, yeah, battle of laughs, of course. Battle of laughs is a person who keeps laughing, laughing, right? So here is that person. Where is the battle of laugh? Yeah, this is the person, right? This is the person. So Peter is the one who does what? Peter is a battle of laugh. He never stops telling jokes. Now see, he never stops telling jokes. So this person is what? This sentence is giving us a contextual clue. So you can do these activities to remember the meaning, and in order to revise the meaning, and you can use the sentence contextual clues, and you can use the picture contextual clues in order to learn. So this is one way of learning the vocabulary. Now, next approach to learning a vocabulary is part-whole relationship. Remember that every object has many different parts. You might know the name of the main object, but not all of the parts, right? Not all the other parts. Now, for example, a computer is some object. You know computer, but you do not necessarily know all parts of computer. So if you would like to increase your knowledge of vocabulary in relation to computers, then you should learn vocabulary related to many different parts of computer, like CPU, like processor, like keyboard. Then inside all these keyboard and CPU and monitor, there are many other parts. Similarly, human body. Now, a human body has many different parts. What are the different parts of a human body? Let's find out. Like for example, this is just an example activity. In this picture, we can see only a head of a person. This is head of a person, and here we will now learn part-whole relations. That how. Now see, this head is one part of a human body, one big part of a human body, and the most important part of a human body. Okay, and then this part is not alone. There are many other parts in this part. Okay, so we know the major parts on the head of a person. That a person has ears, the person has eyes, the person has a nose, the person has mouth. But these are not the only parts. There are many other parts as well. There are altogether 14 parts highlighted in this picture alone, right? There is a nose, there are some teeth, there is hair, eye, ear, chin, eyebrow, tongue, cheek, eyelid, and forehead, eyelash, and lips and mouth. So all these parts are there. If you would like to improve your vocabulary in relation to this head, human head, then you need to learn the names or vocabulary associated with other parts of this body as well, of this head as well. Now let's find out the first one. Now see, on top of a person's head, what do we have? we have hair. We have hair. So this is hair of this person. And right below hair of this person, what is this part? What do we call this part? This part is known as forehead. It is forehead, right? And below the forehead we have eyebrows. We have eyebrow, right? This is eyebrow and this is another eyebrow. Some people in Pakistan call it eyebrow, but this is not eyebrow. Eyebrow is incorrect pronunciation. You will have to be careful about your pronunciation as well. Now the next thing, under this eyebrow, what do we have? We have eyes. We have eye. So this is eye. This is one eye. And on the top of eye there is skin. That skin is known as what? That skin is known as eyelid. That is eyelid. Okay, and then there you can also find out some hair on both parts up and down of your eye. We call that hair what? We call that eyelashes. Those are what? Those are your eyelash. Eyelash. So one part is eyelash and the other part is also eyelash. So these are eyelashes. Now what is this? What do you call this part of human body, the red part? This is cheek. We call it cheek. Okay, and what is this? This is ear. This is ear, human ear. Okay, then this is mouth, this is nose, right? Nose, etc. So you can now see what is this part? Thodi. Yeah, in Urdu we call it thodi, right? We call it in English, we call it chin. This is chin. Okay, this is chin. Alright, and then you can go on and you can complete this this figure or this this object or this part. So this is part-whole relation. This is how you can improve your vocabulary. Now see, head is only one word and all these 14 words are associated with or they are related to this head. So we call this activity part-whole relation. Part-whole, because all these parts are related to the whole part, this whole part, this whole big part, right? This whole big part is related to these parts and these parts are related to this whole big part. This is another type, this is another approach to learning vocabulary. And the next approach to learning vocabulary can be commonly associated vocabulary, right? In many cases there are separate items usually found together, like in a classroom, in a kitchen, and in a workshop. You can find many items. All those items are what? Those items are associated with each other. They are usually used in the same situation, right? Associated, I mean, say if you take the example of this workshop, so in a workshop you can find many tools, right? Many tools you can find out, like splices and like pliers, like pliers, and you get screwdriver, and there are many other tools that you use only in a workshop because they are used to fix a car or any vehicle or motorbike or any other machinery. So same. Kitchen. Let's take the example of kitchen. If you go into the kitchen, what items do you usually find associated with the kitchen? What items do you usually find there? See, all these items you can find pictures you can see here, right? And then the names are also written here. Like in a kitchen you can find a glass, you can find a frying pan, a cup, a plate, a jug, a fork, a teapot, a bowl, a steel pot, and a stove pot and tray and spoon and knife, and all these items can be found in a kitchen. Therefore these items are known as commonly associated items. They are commonly associated items. So this is a bowl, and what about this? What do we call this? This is a fork, right? This is a fork. And what do you call this? This is a tray. This is a tray, right? And what about this one? This is a frying pan. This is a frying pan, that we use to fry an egg or something else, right? Then we have glass, and we have jug. We have this is stove, a pot. This is what this is. This is stove pot, right? Let's figure out the correct pronunciation of this word if you are not sure of the. Sorry, we do not have this word here in this dictionary. Okay, anyway, don't worry. And then we have this spoon, right? this is a spoon. Right? In this manner, you can go into the kitchen and you can find out all the necessary items or all the items associated with each other. Then you can also find out many other items in a classroom. You can go to the classroom and you can find out many items that are used there. So commonly associated items. So in this manner, you can increase your knowledge of vocabulary. Now, finally, let's go and do some fun games. See, this is a fun game. This drop down we have. This cross. This game we have. Okay. Now see, if you look at items commonly associated, bowl. See, bowl is written. This means that we are going to find out some items, some vocabulary that we can use in kitchen. So what are the other items that you can see here? So next to this bowl, I can see this spoon. See, spoon, right? And I can also see cup. See, this is fun game. This is a fun game, right? And then what? And then see, I can also see this pot. See, pot. Yeah, stove pot, right? And then a teapot. Yeah, I can see this word teapot. This is an interesting game. This is an interesting way of learning vocabulary. Now you can go on and you can find out many other vocabulary. That are associated with each other. Just think of some vocabulary that are used in the kitchen. Then you can find out those vocabulary here in this list. All right. So this type of learning of vocabulary is then known as learning like these via games. So through games you can learn many vocabulary items. What is the benefit? The benefit of learning vocabulary through games is it is learning with fun, and you never get bored. And it can be a group activity. You can do it with a group of friends, group of siblings, and group of friends, or group of class fellows. And it can be an isolated activity as well. If you are sitting at your home alone and you do not have anything to do, then you can do this activity, and you can find this activity easily in the newspapers and online on the internet. You can find out these kind of activities. You can take a friend and you can then do what? You can do this activity and you can improve your vocabulary. So vocabulary can be improved in this manner. And this also helps, this gaming activity also helps enhance your critical thinking. So critical thinking and critical analysis skills can also be improved in this manner. So that's all for today and for this video tutorial. Thank you very much for watching this video tutorial till the end. And as in the beginning I told you that this is my micro teaching project that is assigned by Sir Shahbaz, and in pursuit of my MA ELT degree I am a student in 4th semester in Rahmat University, Karachi. So thank you very much once again.